Today, June 21, 2014, we meet again so that I can share our progress with you so that you can pass the information on to your readers or radio and television audiences. I am proud to announce that the federal budget is now under control. When the Tea Party Republicans took over the Senate and House, things started to move. You betcha. We killed the insane law that allowed government spending on every program to increase automatically 7.5% every year. You know that we have a bill pending that will rescind most federal laws over 5 years old from the day it was enacted. Yes, Alice.
Madam President, which ones were exempt?
Basically, the federal criminal code, military funding, Social Security and entitlement programs. All laws that supported social engineering are gone. If Congress thinks that the rescinded bill has merit, it can re-enact it. Yes, Jane? Madam President, what is social engineering? Federal funds will no longer be used to foster class warfare, such as funds going to one special group or another because of a perceived need. In other words, vote-buying programs. How can bad laws be prevented in the future? The 28th Amendment to the Constitution, that I discussed a few days ago, also has a provision prohibiting funding the results of a problem instead of the cause of the problem. A good example was President Johnson's war on poverty. Hundreds of billions of dollars was given to the poor so they wouldn't be poor without addressing the issue of the cause of their poverty. 4 decades later, the percentage of poor is greater than ever.
I don't see what was wrong with that. Johnson's heart was in the right place.
The people were poor because they were uneducated and were unable to find employment. The money would have been better spent on education and job training. From now on, a new law cannot be considered for enactment unless it focuses on correcting the problem rather than the consequence of the problem.
How can that be accomplished?
Congressmen must provide a report when submitting the bill that verifies that a new law is required. We have provided a budget for these investigations. This requirement also pertains to regulations. No longer can construction be stopped on an airport because a dozen groundhogs might be displaced. Remember the tens of thousands acres of California farmland that was shut down by the EPA because of the possibility of injuring the endangered Delta smelt. As it turned out, there was no such thing as a Delta smelt. A proper study of the situation would have prevented this travesty. Thank you for coming. See you tomorrow.